a second can help you. On the shoulder, you just take the comb, and you comb up, and you blend in. Okay? And what you're trying to do is just blend in the hairs to where you clipped. Remember, this is that cheater blade we used through here, 7F. You do a couple swipes at it, you brush it down, you take a look. Now, I can see from this that I haven't gone far enough down here, so I'm just going to take some of this out. Stop. I did take some long feathering off, if you notice. Okay? Again, go back to the shoulder. Work it from this area here. Just work it up. So that eventually what happens is you end up with a clean line off the shoulder. That's what you want. Okay, come to the front. I'll show you the grooves. Here's the V in the neck. And right here is the front of the shoulder. You want this groove in here, you want in there, so that the judge can see your dog's angulation. So how you do that is you just go up into the coat, and you just take it out. Just like that. Okay, now see how you're developing a shoulder? And this hair forward is forward. And you just take your scissors in there again. End up with his lovely shoulder and a keel forward. Notice it's not done on that side. It's very dirty looking. It doesn't look tidy. So you want to do to one side what you've done to the other. So you just take it and just take some of that bulk up. Comb it down. Look at it. Is it even? No.
Those are llamas?
No, those are goats. Goats are hungry. Yeah, Mummy's home. She's about to feed them. Okay, so now you end up with a fairly even on either side. If you get nitpicky, you can go after this stuff here and make it really tidy. If you're real fanatic about stuff like that. I'm not. Again, now you've got a chest. As this grows in, give it 7 days, it's going to look like it grew that way. But see how this is fuzzy on this side, and it's not as fuzzy on that side, or it's a little bit fuzzy on that side? Again, that's using your comb. You want to get after that. Sorry, Pix. This isn't much fun. Pixie's a pretty patient dog, considered. Okay? Get in there and just like that, you know? Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. Again, shoulder in. And now you've got a cleanish kind of shoulder. Now Pixie is very steep in shoulder, but you'd never know that to look at her right now. Okay? Because I've let lots of nice keel hair forward. She's got nice markings and stuff like that. Markings determine how you groom. They really do, to a great extent. Pixie's very lucky. She has those cookie cutter markings. Molly's very lucky. She has cookie cutter markings. It makes it a lot easier. It's harder to groom a neck like Squeak's. Thank God he has a lovely neck. Otherwise it would be a different. Let me also show you about the elbows. And we're going to get into the feet. Okay, now when you bend the elbows of the dog, anything that sticks out at the elbow when the dog moves will make it look like it's winging. So you always sort of trim the hair right at the elbow somewhat. and then you watch the dog on the move. If the dog appears to be elbowing more, you go more severe, but it should blend in. Okay? Now when you stand and look at the dog, it might have a hole, but when you move it, it won't look like that. Okay? Now we're going to do the feet. He hates feet. Really hates feet. Now, in order to do the dog's feet, you must really know what the dog needs. Does the dog have a good foot? Could it have a better foot? Does it have a too ponderous a foot? How fast does a dog's hair grow? Because I usually do my feet 10 days before a show, and I tidy them up the day of the show when I'm chalky. If you don't do them correctly, you're going to be left with the dog. Even if it has a wonderful foot, you can make it look splayed foot. I'm going to do the Pixie's feet correctly. Pixie has very poor feet. If you take a look here, she has very poor padding. You know, it's very thin. The foot itself, the nails, they grow long, and it's not because I don't trim them, it's because she's got very poor padding, so her nails grow longer. Squeak, come. Squeaky, come. Hop, hop. Squeak has gorgeous feet. He has nice, thick, big pads. You know, lots of arch on the toe. It's a very nice foot, and you don't have to do a lot of work with it. That's to show you the difference. What I use to do the feet are scissors, thinning shears, and a slicker. And of course the nail cutters. Watch Pixie disappear. No. Sit. Don't like the nails done. None of my dogs do. Come on, Pix. Forward, please. You pick the foot up and you say to yourself, what does this foot need? What this foot needs, because it's so thin, is to look tighter and rounder and up on its toes. Stand, please. Okay? Now, also, there's a thing called a pastern right here. Pixie, I'm not doing your nails yet. Okay? But the pasterns are this angle in here. But you can scissor that in, and we'll get into that in a second. In order to make a foot look rounder, if it's flat, it has to be shorter on the sides and taller on top, and shorter in the front. And so what I do is I do the nails as I'm doing the foot of the dog. But first of all, you must do the bottom of the foot and the sides of the feet. So I always go up severe on either side with the thinning shears. On Pixie's feet, because her hair grows so slowly, I would do her feet at least 10 days before the dog show with the thinning shears. And I literally take the dog's thinning shears here, right up against the skin of the toe. And I make it quite short. Put your foot down, please. Good. And I do the same on the other side. On the inside of the dog's foot, they have this long hair that grows. Take it right out. Otherwise, it makes the foot look funny. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Put your foot down, please. Thank you. So automatically now, you've got a dog whose foot looks slenderer at this point. Now I'm taking the thinning shears right up that toe. Okay. Now, at this point, I comb up the hair between the toes. Now, Pixie needs more height, so instead of taking the hair right down or taking the hair between the toes out, I take it at an angle from the tip of this toe like this, leaving it longer at the back and shorter at the front. See how much height she has right now on the top of the toe? I leave it there for a reason, because when I chalk, it'll make her foot look higher. Okay? The next thing I do is I go underneath the foot and I take the excess hair out. I never clip the toe hair between the pads. The only dog I do that is to Chubby, because her feet are so heavy. On a pet, that's fine. But a dog like Pixie, who doesn't have enough padding, it just makes the foot even look more splayed otherwise. And all I do is I take the hair and I make it even. Bottom of the foot. Okay. Now the foot, if you come over and take a look at it, comparing the 2 feet together, you've got this foot here looks quite ragamuffin, and her toenails are really long, right? Mm-hmm. What I'm going to do, she'll protest a lot, so you can turn the thing off. Okay? Ready?
Yeah, we're on.
Please come back. Now, standing, you have to look at the foot standing. You say, okay, you trim the nails in front. They could even be shorter than that. Okay? Then you go in and you trim this hair as short as you can, because that gives the foot the optical illusion of being short and round. Stop. Okay, let's put down. And there you have a nice round foot, okay, compared to the fuzzy one. Please stand on your front feet. See the difference? Now her nails could be taken back even more. And if I took them back even more, they would even be, do you know what I'm saying, tighter footed.
Yeah.
But at least it gives her, also when you chalk the foot, you'll have chalk in the foot, it'll make it look longer. Now let me show you how to trim the hair of the leg. The dog's outline, it says in the standard they should have a clean outline. And how you do a clean outline is you take the hair, like the way it looks right now, the hair's too long, it touches the ground and it detracts from the dog. What you do is you comb the hair down, you take your scissors, let's put your foot down. You take your scissors and you literally stand and you scissor at an angle so that you can see the pad of the foot. Anything that's in your way comes off. Excuse me. Here's a trick for you. If the dog keeps bitching its feet, it won't keep it. You hold 1 or 2 feet in the air, and they have no choice but to keep that foot down. They have no choice. You see that okay, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, you're left with hair that looks like this. Okay? A foot that looks like that. Then you pick up the foot. Comb it out, scissor it clean. All the way around. And you're left with stand. Okay, that's off the ground and tidy. It could even be tidier. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you end up with this kind of pattern. It blends in much better. Even be better underneath, but you can, you know, you fool around with it just a little bit. Okay. So you end up with a foot. Now you see the difference between that foot and the
Okay.
Are you ready? Speak. Oh, mon, speak. Oh, mon, you mean? Where the deer? Speak, speak. Gotta finish the song. Where the deer and the antelope play. He's gonna not do it. the way that the tail is groomed, I've talked already about taking the hair off the haunch area. This has got to be flat, and then it starts into the long hair that goes beneath it. Wherever the cowlick is, you can take it actually quite short. This Schnauzer breeder and groomer taught me just to take the thinning shears across and to clean the bum. I call it the Schnauzer bum. You need to have a good rear in order to do this. Molly has a good rear, so you don't have to worry about it. It's a good idea. Okay, you leave the hair back. Stop it. Where the cowlick begins, which is about here, everything down is left, but everything above it can go quite short. Okay? And then you have to get the tail in. Now how I do the tails, I've clipped it already, right? Then I just pull the hair to either side, and I go with the thinning shears around the tail. Now if you read the standard on the Springer, it says, well furnished with lovely feathering. I don't know a single person that leaves feathering on their dog. This is about as much feathering when I finish as people leave. But it's supposed to be well furnished with feathering, but people just don't do it. It doesn't leave a nice clean outlook. In the States, they leave the tails long. Like Pixie would have a super short tail in the States. In the States, they're leaving their tails, 6 to 8 inches long. Pixie's would be lucky if it was 3 inches. Squeaks has got an ideal length of tail. But see what I'm doing? I'm just pulling the hair down as I work it, and anything that sort of doesn't fit into that line, I'm taking off. Okay, now this is the end of her tail. I'll just take it severe. If you want to leave more hair on the end of the tail, that's really up to you. You can make a dog's tail look longer, but in Pixie's case, she's got very bad curls, and so I'm just trying to make it look formed. And again, I'm pulling it. Okay. I want to see a tail when I'm done. Not that there's not going to be much, but if you want to make the tail look longer, you take one hair off the flank. Now, I'm just sort of going through and just nicking the hair out. You should be more careful about that. Ideally, you should go up into the coat at an angle. You should go up like this, and as you move it, you scissor. See what I mean? And what that does is it never leaves scissor marks. See what I mean? Chickens. Okay? So what you're going to be left with is a tail, a flank. Now she still has too much coat on her. Okay, I haven't taken all of it off, but ideally it should look something like that. Okay, and then to the other side. Yeah. It flashes now, it's recording. I can't tell, it doesn't look very focused to me. That's Toby coming in.
You can zoom and
How does
zoom
it zoom?
here.
How does it zoom?
Right here.
It's Toby. Toby! I see, I screwed that up. Toby, come!
Toby!
Is this a zoom?
Did you find it?
Is this zoom here?
Yeah, so it's both one way or the other.
That's Roxy the Cavalier. I don't know if these are even focused. Toby, come! Toby, down! Down! Stay. Now, where's everybody else? Pixie, come! Now it's recording. Tux, come here, Tux. Come on, buddy. Come. Good boy. Good boy. That's lovely movement. Doc. Sit. Tux. Tux. Sit. Stay. That's your brother. There's Squeak. Hi, Squeak. How are you? What about you, Roxy?
Get that thing away from me.
And where'd Toby go to? There's Shannon.
There's one up
There's Shannon.
there. No, go away. Pixie's doing
Oh, Toby's somewhere. She's running where she's not supposed to be. She was on a downstay, I do believe. There's a red light on the bottom. What does that mean?
It's on its flash.
Toby, come! Toby, now! Hurry up! It's better. Toby, sit. Good girl. No, no, sit. Oh, my bad dogs. And God only knows where Pixie is.
Who's up towards the house? Here, Roxy.
Okay, where did Tux go to? Squeak, break.
Oh,
Break.
call Tux.
Squeak. Tux and Pixie, come! Come on, let's go, girls. Cookies. Come on, Tux. Those little monsters. Squeak, you can stand. Come on, bud. Squeaky, come. Come, come, come. Aha. This is good movement. This is wonderful movement. Squeak. Okay, good boy. Molly's mom. How does she look?
Pretty good.
She can move on to her front beautifully.
Yeah.
So how's that look?
Yeah, better.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ready? Be show down? Okay, now when you show them, always remember to pull this skin down. Okay? I don't have any bait with me. This could be interesting. I'll move her away. She looks a bit bow-hawked right now. That's because she's out of terrible shape. She usually moves lovely. Pix,
I have a nice shot of your stomach.
did you?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Let's go. Now, ready? Let's go. How's it look?
Good.
Stand, Pixie. Stand. You want a cookie? Does it look pretty good? Just a bit woodsy.
Yeah.
Stack right. No. Stand. Stay. Pix, cookies. Better?
Yeah.
Pixie. You haven't got any cookies. Good girl. That's Pixie. This big. Oh, fun. Oh, I hate her. She says, no. Let's see, fish or duck? Squeak, come. Around. Yeah. Good boy. Okay. Squeaky, come. I didn't brush him. Not much to stack on him yet.
No.
That looks nice.
Pretty boy.
Hmm?
Pretty boy.
He is a pretty boy. He's not very throaty for a big male. Really, call him.
Squeak. Squeaker. Squeak.
Okay, I'll move him for you. Here, Steve, did you get bitten by a bug? Squeak is terribly allergic
Oh.
Like he gets bitten, he gets swelling, and you have to give him a shot. Terrible allergies. Gonna be a show dog? Ready? Let's go. Wait. Too much obedience. Nope. Dad. Dad. So it's a trick. Stay. Cookie. Sweet. Look nice?
Very.
Okay, good dog. That's done. You want to shut it off for a second, my Laura? When you do Tux, come. Now this is Tux. This is Squeak's brother. With very dirty feet. He isn't a roam, really. This is Champion Synergenics Night at the Opera. TV. Award of Merit. His average score was 190 and 3 trials straight. He does, Champion CD. He is a puppy and show, specialty puppy and show winning black and white male out of Deckhand Stowaway and best in specialty show winning bitch. Birds Union, she's starting right. Which is Sadie, which is Sweet's mom as well. Usually he is the most gorgeously groomed dog in my household. Molly!
Thank
That's
you.
enough. Want to be show dog? Show dog? Okay, saddle, don't pull me. Very showy, huh?
Yeah.
Tux? And,